guys, it's Liam Carrison here, and it's another Charmed episode. It's the penultimate one of season 7. So, yeah, next week will be the finale, and then we'll be moving on to the final season. Of course, I'm past the halfway mark in terms of where I am at currently on Patreon, but yes, we'll be starting season 8 in a couple of weeks' time. But yes, the reaction to episode 21 of season 7 in, of course, the comments below, as well as the description box, where you will also, of course, find the show that will be replacing Charmed once I'm done with that. We've only got a few weeks left of voting before I guess prep for that show, whatever it will be. I think it's going to be between 2 shows, but anything can happen, right? So, yeah, but hopefully you guys will have fun with the episode that I am uploading today. So, be sure to comment, of course, and I look forward to reading them as well as the anticipation for next week's episode. So, yes, but until then, I will, of course, see you guys next time. Hope you guys take good care of yourselves, and until the next time, toodles!
I mean, obviously, the whole goal of breaking down the sisters was to ultimately get to the book, wasn't it? Although, I feel like, since we've ended on the TBC, there's obviously bigger plans in the for the next episode, with Zanku now having his hands on the book, so that's great, yay! But I think the idea of, bringing back those that have died, with, them damning the Charmed Ones, basically, in regards to, oh, you did this, etc., all that. Just breaking them down, essentially, to the point of, self-blame. I think it's just really, really great stuff. And it matches well with Sheridan's story in regards to, obviously, thinking that the Charmed Ones are basically a harbinger of death, essentially, and all of these, deaths, they line up to the Charmed Ones, so... and I do expect she to die, basically, in regards to Sheridan. I think it's just going to be the stubbornness, isn't it? Because, I mean, you had Daryl basically be like, look, I would not go poking the bear if I were you, okay? There does seem to kind of, I'd say for Sheridan, become a bit of an acceptance that, okay, well, I feel like my suspicions were right. I'm going to nip this one into the bud and I'm going to resolve it. And then she's just going to die. I don't know. Either she stops being so stubborn or she's just going to die, basically. So those are the only options that I really see when it comes to Sheridan, basically, for the next episode. So, even if what Zanku is planning is going to take the precedence, I'm not imagining them to leave that linger and all that, so... Yeah, but I did feel so bad for Daryl because, I mean, even Sheila was roped into this, and I did like it because of the fact that we were at a point where, coming into season 7, Daryl was being very distant to the Charmed Ones, and it was really heartbreaking to see because we loved his, even though he was so done with this whole shebang with, taking care of the demons and all of that, and, he was only human, bless him. It was just really, really great overall, and it was just really heartbreaking to just see him be against the Charmed Ones. So to have him in that moment where he really wants to side with the Charmed Ones, and he's even doing so and has to take vacation time because he can't keep doing this, it is really, really great to see. So I really, really did like the fact that Daryl, I guess, went down fighting, really, because Sheridan was not going to drop this, and so... Yeah, and I thought he was going to... he could still resign, But we'll just have to wait and see, because there was no way he was gonna be like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna be on your side again. We're gonna do this whole roller coaster where, he was on the Charmed One side, then he meets Sheridan, and then he's against them. He's back on their side again. He's against them. We weren't doing that roller coaster. So I wasn't imagining he would be on Sheridan's side. I just wish she would just lay off. She does frustrate me, and it's like, well, I guess it's because she is completely clueless. She's completely ignorant about the good that they bring. But I think it makes it complements, especially the idea of this episode, really, really well, because of the fact that the Charmed Ones are faced with, the people that they have lost and all of that. So. And whereas it's sad, and it does hit when they do lose an innocent and all of that, they do still provide the world so much benefit in terms of dealing with the demons. So, yeah. And it was just really, really, it was just really, really sad stuff, to be fair. So. I felt so bad for Phoebe. I felt so bad for Paige when she saw Joanna's body. So yeah, and it's just it just crushed your heart. So especially since all this time, it wasn't so much. Oh, Carl has somehow had a change of attitude. Like Zanku's always been Carl. It's always been about this long game of breaking down the Charmed One. So yeah, and it was, and even when Piper had to deal with them in one fell swoop, having to do what she had to do. I mean, it was a bit different to what Phoebe and Paige went through in regards to dealing with their past and having to deal with these reanimated corpses telling them this is all your fault, etc. It's still impactful, isn't it? Like with Phoebe having to do what with Piper having to do what she had to do. So yeah. So yeah. Now I do feel like there could have been a bit more potential. Don't get me wrong, in regards to the to those that were brought back. So yeah. Although, because I was thinking, if you bring Andy back, for example, then I would just not be here for it, because I think this would be an absolute incredible thing to do, like in regards to bringing the likes of Andy back, and yeah. It would also just be something that I don't know if I could accept, because there is one. I feel like there is one name in particular that, if they were bringing back if they did decide to bring back a larger roster of those who have sadly died and all of that in regards to in Universe and Charmed. Because like I said, I feel like there could have been a bit more potential and all of that. Like, heck, I feel like even Chris, because remember in the last episode, when I mentioned about the prospect of, that would have been a real Liam moment where I'm like, oh, they could bring Chris back, and they could have also brought Chris back in this sense, right? Because, and that would be a real Liam moment, be careful what you wish for, because they could have really done that, because, I don't know what I think they buried him somewhere secret or something like that, because he did die, of course, in the present day, or in his past, should I say? But then again, he never. This Chris didn't exist in a sense. It's old timey-wimey, so yeah. But again, if they did decide to bring a larger roster of those who have died in, the Charmed episodes and all of that. I think there is one name, and I think we all know who I'm referring to, that I don't know if I would be, comfortable with in regards to, obviously at the time of, filming, it would obviously be a lot different, and it would still be emotional. But given the recency of her passing, I don't know if I would be. Yeah, I don't know if I would be there for that, because I mean, I guess it still does hurt, doesn't it? So, and like I said, I think we all know who I'm referring to. So, but I do feel like, obviously, with the when this was recorded, obviously, it would have been the ultimate gut punch to the sisters. I mean, obviously, you're with Zanku, he's breaking them down gradually, and this would be an absolute kicker, wouldn't it? So, obviously, there was behind-the-scenes debacles and all of that. So, that's probably the main reason why they didn't go there. But again, like I said, if they did bring back a larger roster of people, yeah, I don't know if I would have been there for that. And I think it's just obviously with the still recency of Shannon's passing, but yeah. So, but still, like I said, I feel like there was I still feel like there was a missed opportunity for the likes of Andy, for example. Because bringing back Inspector Davidson was like, holy shit. So, but I feel like there could have been quite a few more people that under the, I guess, in Zanku's eyes, supposed care of the Charmed Ones. There have been quite a few people. And you know, it is a sad situation, isn't it? Because, like I said, they still do so much good at the end of the day. It is just a sad situation to have lost so many people. And I mean, that was ultimately the goal, wasn't it, in regards to Zanku when it came to Joanna and all of that. And yeah. So, and it was just really, really sad. Like I said, just seeing Paige's reaction, even Phoebe, like having, like, because obviously it started out with Phoebe and her losing Tim, and it was it just really, really did suck that there was so much blame for her. So, yeah, but it was still a really, really great episode. So, like I said, I feel like when it comes to the potential that is used, I still feel like there could have been a bit more to this. I mean, seeing people like Davidson is, you know, it's yeah, it is great to see and all of that, but yeah, I mean, I feel like they're like, even I don't know if Cole. No, I don't know if Cole would work. To be fair, and to be fair, we already had him earlier this season, but yeah, I mean, there could be quite a few people that you could just potentially, and Andy's one of the big names. And that would be probably the big shock, because, like I said, with the whole behind the scenes thing, I don't think it would be viable, whatever the case, if, you know, Shannon were to return. So, but, you know, there could be so many, like, I can imagine there could be so many people that have sadly become a victim in regards to this whole kerfuffle with the sisters trying to protect, you know, the innocents and all of that. There have been, I'm sure there are quite a few names that could come back and all of that. That would, that would just have our jaws on the floor and all of that, I guess. So, I mean, they even said Inspector Rodriguez, yeah. But I mean, I think he was a bit shady, to be fair, anyway. So that's why Andy would just, hit us so much. Cordy, even, I guess, maybe, I don't know. I mean, any excuse to see charisma back, right? No, but I mean, it was just a really, really, it was just a really great, yeah, it was just a really, really great episode, and a great way to set up, I guess, part one of this finale, as we ended on a TPC, as we ended with Zanku with the book. So, but I had a feeling that we would end things this season with Zanku being obviously the one to take care of. So yeah. But should be very interesting to see what will happen in regards to obviously this finale now that Zanku has the book. So yeah, the fun can definitely begin. But yeah, good stuff this episode. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time.